Welcome to Cawffee Talk. I'm Mark. This is my partner Kirsten.
Hello.
And we have Derrick Procell in the house.
Yay.
Hey, how you doing?
Derrick.
Wow. Welcome.
Kirsten
Happy to be here.
Kirsten made that promo for last December's Woodstock show at 210.
At 210.
Which was a blast.
That was a blast, yeah.
And that was the actual tape from last summer's Woodstock.
Yeah, when was that? Last summer
in
Woodstock?
August.
Yeah, August.
And
I remember that scream. I'm still reeling from it, you know.
Yeah, it was quite a scream.
Yeah.
I reached way deep down inside for that, man.
Yeah.
See, and we have to save that for the end of the night, you know, because after that, I'm done. That's
Yes, I know. You have other things to do, but you are the first of what is now the Soundtracks of a Generation brand of tributes that Doug James
I'm the
has created.
first.
You are.
Yes,
you're the original.
I'm
on the masthead, so to speak.
Yes,
Yeah.
you are. You're the flagship tribute.
Excellent.
Flagship. There you
Yes.
go. That's a good word.
Did we see this?
Oh, hang on. No,
that's a
I'll
nice
switch
shot.
here.
I like that.
That's
Yeah.
a nice shot, too.
Actually, that was my very first performance with what was then known as Mad Dogs and Englishmen, a tribute to Joe Cocker. It was a long name. But it was my first. It was a Taste of Lincolnshire, I believe, and it was a hot, sweltering day,
Yeah.
man. I mean, I had to throw that T-shirt away. I swear to God, I'm not kidding, man. It was just like, ew, no, we're not gonna watch this. Yeah, I think I lost 5 pounds that day, man. It was. But it was fun. You know, I knew then that this was for me, and I think it really cemented the relationship I had with Doug James, the guy who's behind all this Soundtracks of a Generation and the Mad Dogs thing.
Oh, Doug James is not the only one behind Soundtracks of a Generation.
Well.
I would just like to say I am also behind Soundtracks of a Generation, pushing all of Doug's fabulous ideas.
That's right.
And we thank you for it.
He's the wizard.
But no,
yeah.
but he's the one that, you know, he called
He's
me
the
up just
one,
sort of on a whim because he found himself kind of stuck. His previous singer up and left town, and they had a gig booked at Reggie's, I think, Reggie's rock place down in the city.
House, yes.
And he had heard me do probably Feeling All Right at some jam session. And he goes, man, you know, you can kill that Cocker thing. He says, what, you think you can do a whole night of it? And I thought about it, and I said, well, if we got some paramedics standing by, might be able to do that. And there you go. That sealed the deal. So yeah, that great shot was from that Taste of Lincolnshire gig, and it was great.
It was historic, epic. Like Dave Rappaport was at that show and on the phone to me immediately afterwards, and our good friend Greg Dietrich was in charge of programming that music.
Yeah.
And so the whole world has come full circle from that moment. Like you really launched a lot of stuff from that. Indeed.
I've said to, well, actually, it's funny because my wife has seen me perform on you know, in different iterations, and she literally said to me after that gig, she goes, I've never seen you that, I can't remember what the word she used, but you know, that focus, that intensely into singing something. To which, of course, I replied, that is the most fun I've had with my pants on in a really long time. No, because, you know, I lead a band, you know, sort of a society band called Chicago Groove Collective.
Oh, okay.
And we do private events, mostly weddings, a few private parties, some corporate things, and I've been leading that band for 5 years now, 5 6 years.
Is that with John Fournier?
Pardon?
Is that with John Fournier?
No. We have it's actually one of the Jeff Steitley. Do you know who Jeff Steitley is? He's a longtime Chicago jazz drummer, and he's got his own band, Jeff Steitley Orchestra. Well, Chicago Groove Collective is one of his other bands in his stable of bands for those kind of gigs. So I've been leading this band, and it's great. I mean, I get to lead the band. Which means I'm the guy that has to take all the crap from the wedding event planners,
Of course,
and
yeah.
bridezillas and all that good stuff.
Oh,
We've
gosh.
heard horror stories. Right? No, but it's really a blast, and I take my role in that band very seriously. That this is probably the biggest day in these people's lives. I want to ensure that they have the best time, that they're in good hands. They don't need to worry about the entertainment. They don't need to worry about the music.
Right. That's taken
care of. They don't need to worry about their guests in terms of whether they're going to be having a good time dancing and all that kind of stuff. So, but once again, that's all cover music.
Right.
And I'm the leader. I get to sing on some stuff. I get to play some harmonica on a few songs. We're one of the few jobbing bands that actually has someone who plays harmonica on gigs.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. I mean, I fit it in on the songs that you would expect it on, like Sweet Home Chicago and stuff like that. But then I also try to wheedle it in there into songs that you wouldn't necessarily expect it on. Just as a like the old Gnarls Barkley song "Crazy" from a few years ago.
Yeah.
That is a fun song to blow a harp solo.
Really?
It's a groove, and it just always kind of takes people by surprise. It's like, whoa, wow, it sounded like Chris Walken there for a second. Wow, harmonica, wow.
That's wild.
So
Does the Groove Collective do Miss You?
On occasion, we do, and I tailor. I'm the guy who sets up the set list. So we actually have a website that allows the client to kind of be very interactive. They can kind of let us know what they like, what they kind of like, what they really want to hear, what not to play.
Okay.
So it gives me a lot of direction in terms of setting up the event. And some people want to hear a lot more contemporary stuff. Some people want to go like nothing but Motown the whole night. So anyway, so I was already doing that. And the Cocker thing obviously is a total cover band thing.
Right.
Great, fun cover stuff.
It's a tribute.
It's a tribute.
It's a tribute.
It's a loving tribute.
It goes all the way to 11 when I sing it.
Yes, it does.
And,
it does.
Yeah, but I mean, like a lot of that stuff I was passingly familiar with. I mean, the obvious big Cocker hits. I can do those in my sleep. But there's a lot of other stuff.
He did say that. Yes, I heard that.
We'll fix it in post.
Or not.
But there's other songs, and obviously he's got a huge catalog. So it's there's a lot of great stuff to pick from, and pulling out some. I mean, I had never done stuff like Hitchcock Railway and there's a few other songs in there that were kind of like, oh, I've never done this before. This is kind of fun, I wish we had more on the calendar. I would love to be doing this, pretty much every weekend. It's a blast.
You'd want to do the Cocker thing every weekend?
If there was work. If there was work, for
you hear
sure.
that, folks?
Yeah. Hey, this guy can do Cocker like nobody else can.
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
Thank you. Yeah, well, I do try to channel it, I mean, it's it's affectionately known in a lot of circles as blue-eyed soul.
Right. Right.
So and I'm going to reference back to my wife again. My wife is a private voice teacher, Meredith Colby, meredithcolby.com. No, she's the best voice teacher on the North Shore. She just wrote an amazing book on her teaching method, which involves brain science.
Oh. So she's smart.
She's smart. Smart, too.
She's smart.
But when she first I played her a single, a 45 single. Remember 45? You haven't even asked about this.
Yeah.
You know what this is, people?
Oh, yeah.
Anybody over
That's the
probably
little-
north of 40 knows what this is, and anybody
thing in
younger
the
than
middle.
Yes, it's a
They don't
45
know.
adapter.
Adapter,
That's what
yes,
it's known
that's
as.
what it is. Yeah.
So I played her a single that I cut when I was 16 years old. I was living in Milwaukee at the time, and we went to Nashville actually to cut a single. And I played it for my wife, and she just stood there listening to it with her jaw kind of hanging open. And by about the middle of the first chorus of the song, she goes, "Oh my God, you were sounding like you do now then at 16." She was
cool.
like, I mean,
Wow.
all the stuff, the soulful,
The gravelly,
the
gritty, yeah.
It came from deep down inside, which I mean, because she listens with different ears than your average bear. So I thought that was a really cool thing for her to say. I was like,
she got
'cause
it.
I wouldn't, to me, I just sound like 16-year-old me.
Forever.
Little
You'll
dorky,
always be
little dorky rock and
16-year-old.
roller. I didn't know what the heck I was doing.
So you are playing. Joe Cocker is playing at Northbrook Days on
Yes.
August 6th.
Yeah, we're closing
So,
it out, the festival.
Oh, you guys
on the
gotta
main
go see that.
stage. Yes.
Gotta see that. Seriously.
I think it's a 7:30 hit.
I think so, yeah. I think so. And then there's one more in
Come
August.
have a corn dog and watch.
There's one more in August, right? Aren't you doing 2 Joe shows in August?
Yeah, I
August 12th or something? I don't know.
19th, I think.
19th,
yes,
maybe?
I think we're part of the. Yeah, I think it's just a few songs, part of the whole soundtracks or Summer of Love, maybe. I can't,
Okay. Are you doing? Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm a little hazy on it,
There's a lot
The
going
dates
on.
are coming fast.
They
Yeah,
are.
and actually, I may. I think Doug just told me that I may be doing some Blood, Sweat, and Tears.
Oh,
that show.
cool.
Very nice.
Which, of course, I can do David Clayton Thomas,
All day.
without
Yeah.
having to try too hard.
Yeah, all day. Here,
we
I
know
do
John
see.
McCormick, and so
Yeah.
he doesn't want you just to have corn dogs. He wants you to drink a lot of beer.
Oh, drink. Well, of course, the bands always sound better after you've had
After you've
lunch.
had a
Right.
couple
Drink
beers.
that
Yeah.
beer. That keeps Northbrook Days going.
There you go.
Yeah,
now
no,
we've done John a
North-
good.
Northbrook Days, though, it's great. I played there last year as a duo with my good friend Bob Levine on guitar. On the it was like they have a little stage by the food area. So it's just kind of like some music while people eat their corn dogs.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, it was really funny though. So we're doing the sound check, and we got this really nice cat doing the sound for us, and this is great. Sounds really good. And the minute we started our set, much to my chagrin, right next door to us was the generator that powered everything,
no.
all the rides. And stuff.
No.
And this thing kicked in, and it was like right next to us. I'm like, for goodness sake!
Gosh.
And
What a wonderful dining experience.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
yeah,
awesome.
exactly.
So I see here on the soundtracks page that you are doing Joe's Live as well. So you're
yeah.
doing Summer of Love and Joe Cocker at Joe's Live. That is July 28th. Those are ticketed events, so do get tickets for that, and definitely go to Joe's Live for that show because
That's gonna be a big one.
That's going to be huge.
Yeah, we want to pull in a ton of people. There.
Yep, for sure.
I should bring this up. There you go.
Yeah.
I think that place, if I remember, holds 1,200 people.
It's gigantic.
Yeah,
It's
I've never been
huge.
there.
Oh,
I
it's
just saw-
beautiful.
Yeah, have you been there?
It is. Yeah, it's gorgeous.
I just saw one of my faves is going to be there soon. Dwight Yoakam.
Oh yeah.
I'd love to see Dwight. Never seen him live.
So one of the big reasons we really wanted you to come out for Coffee Talk today is...
Speaking of coffee, where the hell's my coffee? This isn't coffee.
No, it's too hot for coffee
It
today.
might be too hot.
Sorry.
We do have some good coffee in the house.
We do.
But you are coming to 210 not as Joe Cocker, but as Derrick, an American.
Well,
With the Redeemers.
Actually, no,
Derrick
I'm
and the
coming-
Redeemers.
Derrick Procell.
Right.
Okay, let me explain.
Yes.
If you
Explain.
can see that there, that is my website, Derrick and American. But right underneath it says the music of Derrick Procell.
Yes.
I came up with that moniker, Derrick and American, a while back because before I released my recent CD called Why I Choose to Sing the Blues, and I'll get into a little bit of the background of that CD in a moment. But I had put out a couple of CDs under the, quote, Americana banner. Mm-hmm. Sort of, original stuff, but sort of in the vein of folks like Bruce Springsteen, Bob Seger, Tom Petty, like that, Mellencamp, Americana artists, and sort of country rock, so kind of all falls under that banner. And so I just, I was toying with like what to release it under, and for some reason, Derrick and American just kind of rolled right off my tongue, and it's got a little bit of that onomatopoeia to it. Yep. And if you say it in that manner, it's just Derrick and American. Derrick and American. It's just kind of...
I feel that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Flow. It's just got a nice flow to it.
It's got a nice flow, and it means a lot. It means something. It's not like it's just fluffy.
Well, and also I think I was trying to think ahead, to where music markets are, and I know that especially outside of the States, like in Europe especially, American music, American type of music, like jazz and blues and anything that's kind of got that American flavor to it, or distinctly American style of music, they kind of go nuts for it. So I figure, why not just put that in my name? Derrick and American. If someone in Europe is Googling American music,
there you go.
Then I might
you come up,
and they might download my stuff.
Why do you think Americans aren't crazy for American music? It doesn't seem to me like...
I think Americans are just crazy. Period.
Yeah.
As witnessed by recent events.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes. Well, back to music now, though.
Yes, we won't go there.
Because we're not going to go political on this show ever.
No.
So, I think it's interesting because, we're obviously, Mark and I are in the booking part of booking music, and I can't get over how much respect and admiration I have for a lot of these artists who get up there and just kill their stuff night after night after night, and then there's nobody there. Like, nobody shows up, nobody comes to see these shows, or I don't understand why original music isn't something that people crave.
I don't either. And I kind of get it. There's and that's part of the the dichotomy here is I understand that familiarity is something people like and they feel comfortable with. Things that are new and strange, I don't know. So, it's like if I know what to expect, and there's also the other aspect of it. If you're going out to a club, let's say, or a bar club, say like 210, and I'm going out to eat and then drink and dance or talk and socialize, I don't want to have to be challenged with music that I'm not familiar with. I want to have to sit and listen to it. Okay. I want to dance to stuff that I'm kind of familiar with, and I get that. Yep. This is why we don't play original music at weddings and private party events. Yep. So there's sort of that little bit of a gulf there. If I'm going to see an original music artist, then that's what I'm going
to see.
Okay. Yeah. I want to sit there and listen. If I go to see someone at Space or City Winery or somebody like that, I'm not there to chit chat. I'm not there to dance. I'm there to sit and listen to the artist perform. And so I think it has a lot to do with expectations. I also think it has a lot to do with the promotion of it. If a venue is not known for bringing in original artists, and then they do bring in an original artist, I think it's incumbent on them to let at least their people know that this is what it is.
Right. I agree. Totally agree.
You're not coming to hear a cover band tonight, folks.
Tonight is an original artist, and this is what you're going to hear. So yeah, that's totally right. I totally agree with that.
Well,
so.
What are people going to hear May 25th live at 210?
Pretty much all original music.
Okay.
So
excellent.
Nice segue, Mark. No, I made a conscious decision that, you know, when I released Why I Choose to Sing the Blues, I didn't want to release it under the moniker of Derrick and American. I decided that for that record, I wanted to just be Derrick Procell. Mm-hmm. And I don't know why, really. I just kind of decided that Derrick and American just didn't fit that particular CD. I really wanted it to be just Derrick Procell. Mistake? I don't know. Who knows?
No, I don't think so.
Well, you know, I figured, and then I was like, oh, now do I need to, you know, create a new website? Because it's, you know, it's going to confuse people. Because I actually had another website, DerrickProcell.com, which was really old, kind of stagnant, was just sitting there. I hadn't done anything for a while. And it kind of covered everything that I do. Mm-hmm. Voiceover, and songwriting, and, you know, singing, harmonica playing, everything.
Yeah, it was just too much all at once.
Yeah, it was just
for everything.
Too much.
Yep.
So Derrick and American is my music site. It's where people can buy my music. It's where people can find out what's going on with what I'm doing musically. And you know, mostly it's my commercial site. I've got a music store there, as you just pointed to. So I've got some singles on there.
And there's your new CD right there.
There's my new CD, Why I Choose to Sing the Blues. And
that's available for download as well, so you don't have to get a physical CD.
You can buy the physical.
Download it.
Yeah, you can buy either the physicals. If you want to get the physical CD, it's available on my site or obviously at shows.
Yep.
I'll be happy to sell you one there.
Yep.
Or if you want to just download it, you can. I prefer people download it from my site because then I get to keep all the money as opposed to have to share it with Amazon or iTunes or CD Baby or whoever. So I started writing the songs that are on that record, most of them, with my songwriting partner. I've been working with a lyricist named Terry Abramson for about 5-6 years now. We've written, I'm at this point about 5-6 dozen songs. They weren't all blues.
Okay.
In fact, we've written quite a variety of styles.
Mm-hmm.
But Terry's got some very deep blues roots, some bona fides, as it happens. He actually won a Grammy writing with Muddy Waters.
Wow.
And
not everybody has that on their resume.
Yeah, no kidding. And so, I mean, he was hanging with Muddy. He was hanging with Howlin' Wolf. He was hanging back in the day, and in the 70s in Chicago. He also went out to Boston. He's the guy that kind of more or less got George Thorogood on his way in his career. So he's a cool cat, man. He's a playwright. He's written screenplays. He wrote a book called In the Belly of the Blues just about the time we started writing together, which is basically one of these coffee table memoirs, a photo journal book.
Uh-huh.
Of all of these pictures that he had been taking when he was hanging out with Muddy and those people.
Very cool.
He had them sitting in a box, and somebody at some point said, "What are you gonna do with these? These are great, Just put them out in a book.
Should do something with them."
Okay, that's a good idea. So he put them out there, and the end result is that this book opened all sorts of doors for him, in locally and beyond with blues artists. So we decided to run with that and thought, let's start writing some songs. And he's a very clever lyricist. He does not write the typical, song form of blues. A lot of people, when they think of blues, it's, I woke up this morning and my baby was gone. Woke up this morning and my baby was gone. 3 chords, 12 bars, edited, which is fine. I mean, I'm not mocking. Well, yes, No. I mean, there's a tradition there, and we build on it. We build on that tradition. But he writes this stuff that comes, there's a deep reverence for those artists that were doing that stuff. And there's a deep reverence for the musical form as well. And so when I get these lyrics, man, it's like, it's fun for me. It's a challenge because, you know, yeah, I discovered those guys in the same manner that he did, which was through listening to all the bands that were stealing stuff from them back in the 60s. You know, the Stones and Zeppelin and the Animals, and everybody else was covering Willie Dixon, Muddy Waters, Howlin' Wolf songs. And except in his case, he went, oh my God, these guys are right here in my backyard in Chicago, you know, and that's how he started hooking up with them. Meanwhile, I was 90 miles north in Milwaukee, and I kind of, you know, went to seek them out a little bit, and I went, oh, listen to some of it, you know, Robert Johnson, and, you know, and then I moved on to all sorts of other things, country and rock and, you know, whatever. So I didn't get as deeply enmeshed in it. But when I get these lyrics, man, it's cool because then I can just kind of go wherever they take me, and some of them end up in sort of a more familiar, I guess for lack of a better term, Chicago blues style, and some of them will end up in a sort of a little more jazzy Ray Charles meets Randy Newman kind of thing. Some of them end up in a more southern rock kind of bluesy style, a la Greg Allman. You know, it's just kind of I just kind of go where they lead.
That's neat. That's very cool.
And so
that's what you're playing on.
We're going to be doing
next week, right?
Well, I'm going to try
some
something.
of that stuff.
Oh,
okay.
Not some.
Okay, all of that.
All of it.
Nice. Good.
Well, here's kind of what I was thinking. You know, one of the things that I think ends up being missed by a lot of people who download the records or the singles, and they make their own playlists and all that, which is fine. I get that. But what it kind of bypasses is when an artist puts their songs together sequentially on their CD, there's a reason for that.
Yeah.
You know, it's not just
vision
whatever song and whatever goes here and whatever. You know, there's a logical, musical, sometimes
journey.
even
Yeah.
I mean,
there's a journey through the album.
A story that's being told, or you know, the keys, the way just even the keys of the songs, they line up and things just work. You know,
this is the way albums were made. You would listen to it as a complete work of music, not just something you
not
listen
just 30 seconds of a song for.
So dig it. So I'm taking my cue from artists from sort of, let's call it the golden era, who are now going out and doing one of their classic albums front to back. Stevie Wonder, Steely Dan, Fleetwood Mac, I think, did it recently. I mean, you know, so they'll take one of their hits. If they have more than one, great. You know, but sometimes it is just the one classic album, and then that's their hook. That's their marketing ploy. It's like, come out and see, you know, whoever, fill in the blank, do fill in the blank front to back.
Yeah.
Well, mine's not a classic yet.
but it soon will be.
But that's the way I'm going to do it.
You will have witnessed it.
Yeah.
Which is why, if you're coming out to see me and the band on the 25th, you want to get there early, so you can have some of the finest food on the North Shore.
No doubt.
Oh yeah, Chef Jeff, man,
Jeff,
he whips it up. And get there early, have some dinner, stay in your seat, and then we're gonna come out in the first set. We're just gonna do the album, man, front to back.
Oh, sweet!
That's
great.
Gonna be the first set.
Awesome.
And you know, I mean, we've augmented some of the songs a little, and you know, stretched them out a little to be more performance oriented, and it should be fun.
And,
you want to?
But people will be allowed to dance.
Oh, hell yeah!
Yeah, we do have a dance floor there. It'd be a shame.
Oh yeah, no. I mean,
and this is totally danceable music too.
Yes.
So
yeah, if you want to dance, if you want to get up and you know, jump around, and you want to throw money at us, you know, whatever, you know, I don't care.
The money's good. Do you want to do a song for us from your?
Sure.
All right.
We'll see if I can manage this.
Yes, we.
Cheesy little keyboard.
Our piano needs some work, and I said, "Oh, I have a controller in the closet," and Derrick's like, "I don't know if I can do this."
Where's my sustain pedal?
No sustain.
Okay, I'm not hearing this thing.
Oh yes, well that's.
We might have to turn it on. There we go.
right, here we go. This is a song that my lyricist Terry sent me some lyrics for, and you know, it's funny. We 90 whatever percent of the time we connect. It's like he sends me lyric, I start writing something to it, I send it back to him, and it's like, oh, dude, you just you got it, you nailed it.
Yeah.
Once in a great while, I'll send him something back, and I think this has only happened like 2 or 3 times, and he'll go like, it's nice.
It's a good start.
How can I say this nicely?
Yeah.
No, it's like you kind of missed the vibe or the feel that I was wanting to hear on this. And I said, well, tell me what you're thinking. And he said, well, check this out. And I can't even remember what the song was that he said, something like this. And I listened to it, and I literally 10 seconds into it, I went, oh, okay, duh. I mean, if he had said that initially, I would have gotten it, because it's a tribute song. This is about B.B. King, who passed away recently, King of the Blues, one of the last few giants of blues who was still left standing, and his main gal Lucille.
Yes.
This is called "Who Will Tell Lucille." Pierce me like an arrow, so deep into my soul, and I bid my last farewell to the king that heaven stole. BB was my brother, oh, I wept like everything, for the honey in his voice and the magic in his hands. But back home, in a case against the wall, waits the one who's gonna miss him most of all. Now who will tell Lucille? Who's gonna give his girl the news? Tell me who will tell Lucille? Every day we have the blues. She lived the life of Riley. He took her around the world, so gentle on her neck, till her strings were dripping pearls. To know her was to love her, yeah, to hear her was to cry. Now who will hold her close, people? Who will dry her eyes? His baby, his forever sweet 16. Now the king is gone, but who will tell the queen? Now who will tell Lucille? Who's gonna give his girl the news? Who will tell Lucille? Every day we have the blues. You don't think she got a heart? You don't think that she can feel? You don't think she got a soul? Then you don't know Lucille. Now who will tell Lucille?
board.
I'm a pounder.
My God, that was so cool.
I've been called a two-fisted piano player. That's how I play, man.
Oh my God, that was amazing.
Yes,
absolutely
you were hearing
amazing.
Baby Grand via Logic, but
Yeah.
But I was playing a sort of a spongy something here. No,
Yeah.
it's nice. I like it. I'm not mocking your keyboard.
Only a little. Awesome. Thank you, Derrick.
You're so
We're
welcome.
really psyched for your show. Really, really psyched.
Yeah, well, this is actually going to be our second live performance with this band.
Great.
So I put together a couple guys I've been wanting to play with for quite a while. A drummer that actually plays on, I think, 4-5 cuts on the record live. Just a quick word about the album. A lot of those songs started out as just song demos that I was pitching with my buddy Terry to blues artists. And while we still haven't scored a hit yet with someone else covering one of our songs, a lot of the feedback, people like Bobby Rush and Eddie Clearwater and people like that, the word would come back like, who's this guy singing on it? These demos are like, wow, man, and they sound great. They're the production's great, and which I guess sort of inspired me, because I really, I wasn't looking to go out there and put myself out there as an artist again. But it was sort of thrust upon me. It was like, well, I want to get these songs out because I really believe these songs are pretty amazing.
Yeah.
And so I just kind of wanted to get this stuff out in the world, and I thought, what the heck? CDs. Once again, people aren't buying CDs, physical CDs. So I just knew when I printed them up, they're basically promotional pieces. And they've done really well. I hired a publicist, a guy named Frank Rozak out of California, and he got these, 400 or 500 of these CDs out to all of the blues publications and stations all over. If you go on the site, there's what would it say? Yeah, under reviews. You should read some of this stuff. I'm almost embarrassed by how good they are. There's
a treasure trove of richly detailed story songs that immerse the listener in blues experience from the Delta to Chicago and beyond.
Wow. Blues
fans around the world who are seeking smart, powerful, modern blues songs that honor the legacy of the genre's masters will find it here.
How about that?
That's pretty awesome.
That's pretty heavy.
Yeah.
That's Linda Kane from Chicago Blues Guide. She was actually the first person to review the record, and she's the one that said, oh my God, the world needs to hear this.
Yeah.
She goes, if you can afford it, you need a publicist. I said, well, I can't really afford it, but, you're right. And so she hit me to a couple people, and I ended up going with Frank. And, if you keep going through that, there's some amazing reviews on there. It's been played all over, internationally, Netherlands, Australia.
Very cool.
All over the place. So now I just need a little love in my own backyard.
Absolutely,
here,
yeah. We need to get this place packed to see this, because this is amazing.
The way to really promote it is to get out there and do the stuff live and win new fans. So
yeah.
So I put the band together and decided, well, I didn't want it to just be the Derrick Procell band. That just sounds so lame. I want the name. I didn't want it to just be a band name, but I wanted it to be Derrick Procell and the somethings. So we tossed around a few names, and actually Terry is the guy who's threw Redeemers out there, and I kind of liked it because it's got some soul to it, And I think before you had my little promo thing up there, my logo for the band, which I kind of like. I had somebody come up with that.
Where's that?
On the website?
Promoting the 210 gig. No, it's not on my site yet, but it was on the Facebook thing promoting the gig.
On your
you guys haven't put that up there yet.
No.
My new, you should throw my new logo up there. Didn't I send you those?
You did.
Okay, we'll do that. We'll change it out.
It's got the name, and then the little tagline is "Shake Your Soul."
Oh,
which is
very good.
Kind of like
I like that.
It's almost like it says what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
Derrick Procell and the Redeemers, they shake your soul, or it's kind of an imperative, like come on, man, shake yourself. You know, and it also kind of, actually, I'm giving away a little bit of a preview here. The next record is going to actually be, it's going to go a little more that way, sort of a soul blues, you know, kind of more Memphis. More shake, yeah. You know, sort of Memphis style, Muscle Shoalsy, you know, a little swampy, and real horns. And, if, you know, because that's kind of really where I'm gearing up with this thing, you know. What I'd really like to do is have a band that's got a couple horns.
Yep. Horns are the bomb.
Oh, man,
They're
tell
necessary.
you, when I play with the Cocker thing, man, and I got that horn section blasting right next to me, man,
it's pretty cool.
It's something else.
Yeah.
But, you know, more mouths to feed, you know, bigger band, and
that
you
means
know,
bigger bucks, means bigger money, means
well, there
bigger,
you go. Well, and it
bigger
also
entrances
means more
bigger
more
entrance
more
fees.
logistics, trying to get everybody together
Yeah,
in one
that
place
too.
at the same time for rehearsal. Hello.
Yeah. Hey, folks, music is not free. It should never be free. So just get used to paying for it.
Amen.
Yes.
It should never be free. Sorry, it just shouldn't be.
And the dollar you spend on music goes so much further into so many more worthy causes than so many things you can spend money on.
Exactly.
So.
Exactly.
Well, you know, we're not doing this for the money. I mean, and I will say that in all honesty. I mean, yes, we like getting paid, but you know, I found some cats, like I said, Jack. I'm playing with a bass player that I played with 30 years ago in Milwaukee.
Nice.
Who had been living. He moved down to Nashville and did really well down there. Played in a lot of bands and toured and a lot of recording sessions and stuff. And he just moved back to the Midwest. He's living up near Richmond, Illinois, and you know, really looking forward to playing with these guys. They're all great players. Chris Winters on guitar, who is, you know, longtime Chicago cat on the blues scene. And they all love my stuff, man. They love my music, so you know they want to play it, and it's just so cool to hear it come alive now.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Instead of
Totally
just
awesome.
sitting on this little piece of plastic. You know?
Yeah. So come on out, you guys. It's May 25th, 7:30 at 210. Gotta come hear this show. Tickets are on sale on Eventbrite, and I think that's it. Yeah, and at the door. So. Come. It's going to be amazing.
Derrick, thanks so much for being on
Thank
Cawffee
you.
Talk.
Yeah.